This is the independent practice for 7.8, the final lesson in this chapter. It's dividing decimals by decimals. Let's do some of these. We have, you know what? I'll do some I'm just going to give you the answer. Okay. This first one we'll do. Make it nice and big. 1.44 divided by 0.4. The key is to get this to be a whole number. Whole number. So we get rid of the decimal by going over 1. Now it's just 4, but then we have to take this over 1. And then we take it up. 4 goes into 1. It does not. 4 goes into 14. Let's say 3 times. Subtract it out. That's 2. Bring down my 4. 4 goes into 24. 6 times. That's 24. Subtract 0. No other numbers. My answer is 3.6. Okay. Number 2. I'm going to do this one also. Okay, so I have 16.24 divided by 0.14. Get this to a whole number. I go 1, 2 over. And I go 1, 2, and up. So it's 1,624 divided by 14. Now 14 doesn't go into 1, but it does go into 16 one time. Now subtract it. That equals 2. Bring down my 2. 14 goes into 22 one time. 14, subtract that out. That becomes a 1. That becomes a 12. So I have 8. Bring down my 8. Or no, that should be a 4. Okay, 84. 14 goes into 84. I'm thinking it does 6 times. Let's just check it. 24, 6, and 8. Yep. 6 times. That's 84. Subtract that out. It's 0. There's no other numbers to bring down. So it's 116 point, which is the same as 116. Okay. All right. If you do 0.6 divided by 0.0024, hopefully you did that. The answer you'll get is 250. If you have any questions, come see me. This one, I'll give you the answer for this one, 230. Hopefully you got 230. If you didn't, try again. And now these number 5 and 6 I'll do for you, or with you, or okay. So I have 13.5 divided by 0.03. 1, 2. Now that's a whole number. 1, 2. I gotta put a 0 here so that I have 2 to go. 1, 2, and then my decimal goes up here. So I have 1,350 divided by 3. Okay, it doesn't go into 1 at all, but 3 goes into 13 4 times. That's 12. Subtract it out, it gets 1. I bring down my 5. Goes in there 5 times. That's 15. 0. Then I bring down my 0. How many times does 3 go into 0? 0 times. Subtract it out. 0, nothing more to bring down. The answer is 450. Okay. All right, number 6. We'll do this one in blue. 0.12 divided by 0.15. Okay, so I'm going to go over 1, 2. So now I have to go over 1, 2. That goes up there. Okay, now, how many times does 15, doesn't go into 1. How many times does it go into 12? 0 times. 0 times 15. Oops, 0 times 15 is 0. Okay, subtract that out. I still have stuff here, so I can add as many zeros as I want over here. I'll just add that many. And I'll bring down this 0. Okay. How many times does 15 go into 120? Let's try 10 would be 150. I'm thinking about 8. Let's go like this. 5 times 8 is 40. 8 plus 4 is 12, 120. Okay, so I put a 4 here. No, I don't put a 4 there. I put an 8 there. 8 times 15 is 120. When I check that out, 0, which is great. Since that's 0, even though I drew a couple extra zeros here, it doesn't matter. I'll bring that down. It's going to be 0. It's going to be 0, 0, 0, 0. And I don't need those zeros. So my answer is 0.8. Okay? Let's do the word problem. Oh, we have two problems left. Number 7. Oh, we have 3. 7, 8, and 9. Let's do 7. The average person's stride, and the distance it's covered in one step, is approximately 2.5 feet long. How many steps would the average person take to travel 50 feet? Okay, 50 divided by the 2.5. I'm going to get rid of this. Go over 1. My decimal's here. So I got to go over 1. I better put a 0 there. And then up. Okay. How many times does 25 go? It doesn't go into 5, but it goes into 50 2 times. 2 times 25 is 50. Subtract it out. Bring down my 0. Have to do this. 0. 0 times 25 is 0. Equals 0. There's no other numbers. Gets me 0. I'm good to go. So the person would go about 20 steps, which makes sense because 20 steps, if it was 2 feet, it'd be about 40 feet each total, and then it's a little bit more. It's 2.5, so it's 50 feet. All right, Alaska. Shrink this down so I have some good workspace. Alaska has a coastline of about 6.64 thousand miles. Florida is about 1.35. How many more times does Alaska have than Florida? Okay. So I do my 6.64 divided by Florida, 1.35. Then I can figure out how many more times it is. I want to get rid of the 0. 1, 2, 1, 2. So it goes right there. Okay. Now, 135, nope, nope. How many times does 135 go into 664? I would say 5. Let's start with 5. That would be my first guess. 25, 15, 16, 17, 5, 6, 675. It's too much. Okay, well, I go to my second guess, which I know will be right now. It's 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay, so we'll go 4 times. And that gets me 540. Now I subtract it out. It gets me 4. That's 2. And that would be 1. Now I'm going to, since I have a lot of remainder here, I'm going to just put a 0 here and bring that down. So now how many times does 135 go into 1,240? 10 would be 1,350, which is pretty close. So let's do 9. 135. Oh, I messed that up. Gotta be careful. 135 times 9. That's 45. Let's see, that's 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Like that. And then 9 is 12. Okay. So 12, 15. Subtract that out. That becomes a 3, 5. Oh, I forgot to put 9 here. 4.9. And then 2. Okay. So, I could put another 0 here. Bring it down. Now it's 250. Let's see. 1 would be there. 135. I keep subtracting, keep adding zeros. That's fine. I'm going to go to the nearest tenth. So 4.9 to the nearest tenth. This is 1. It's just going to be 4.9. Okay? Whoa, sorry about that. Okay, we got a problem here where someone wants to get a video game system. He's already saved $68. The total cost is $200. So let's see how much he has left to get. It's a $200 video game. I'm going to take away what he already has, which is $68. Let's see, that becomes a 1, that becomes a 10, that becomes a 9, that becomes a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2, 9 minus 6 is 3, 1. So he still has $132 to go. How many hours does he need to work to earn the remainder? Okay, so how many hours does he need to get this $132? He makes $5.50 an hour. 132 divided by 5.50. Okay? One, two. That's right there. 1, 2. Put my 0 there. Okay, so now 550. No. I'm going to say it goes in 2 times. 550 times 2. That's 0. There's 10. 10, 11. So that's 1100. Subtract that out. That's 0, 2, 2. And now I bring down my 0. Now, looks like that's about 4. Let's check it. 550 times 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 2 is 22. Okay, 4. 22 exactly. Subtract out gets me 0. No numbers left to pull down. 24 point, which is the same as 24. So if he works for 24 more hours, he will earn $132. He'll have enough to buy his system. Part B says he got a raise. Woohoo! Yay! Now, let's see how much he needs to get the $132. 132 divided by 6.25. Okay, over 1, 2. Put my decimal here. Put a couple zeros. 1, 2. Okay, then it goes up here. Now I have 1,003. Oh, let's see. Now I have 13,200 divided by 625. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to rewrite this much neater so we can follow along. 132 divided by 6.25. I go over 1, 2. Here's my decimal right there. 1, 2. And now it sits on top right here. Okay. 625 doesn't go into 1. It doesn't go into 13. It doesn't go into 132. But it does go into 1,320. And I'm going to say it goes in there 2 times. 625 times 2. That gets me 10. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 6 is 12. Okay. 2 times is 1250. Subtract it out, that's 0. There's a 2, that becomes 12. That's 770. Okay, then I bring down my 0. Okay. And then I would say just one time, 625 goes in there. That becomes a 6, that becomes a 10, then that's a 9, that's a 10, so it's $75, or 75. Then I could put, because I still have something here, I'm going to put another 0 down. Add that, so then another 1. 625, subtract that out. Give me a little bit more space. That becomes a 4, that's a 10, so there's 5, 2, 1. Then we still have some remainder, so I'm going to put another 0. I can just keep going and going. Ooh, 1250. We just had that on the first one. So 2 times 625 is 1250. Now when I subtract that, I get 0. I am done. So it's going to be 21.12 hours. So really he has to work probably about 22 hours. But so he has to work less. So when he's making $5.50 an hour, it's 24 hours he has to work. If he gets a raise at $6.25, he only has to work 21.12 hours. So let's hope he gets the raise. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Go ahead and do the extra practice and turn it in.